Hi friends, your buddy Gilbert here with volume 3 of She Used to Be Mine reactions. I did the first 2 already, and by the way, if you're watching this, you're like, I don't see the second one. I had to upload it and there was like a copyright thing on it because I featured an American Idol contestant that is really popular right now. And so I might have to wait this out. So you may not see the volume 2 for a while. If you do, then no harm, no foul. But if you don't, it's coming, okay? So this is volume 3. We're gonna go through some more reactions today of this song. We're gonna get into one of my favorite singers of all time, Morisette. I hope y'all like it. Get comfy. I've got some diet drink. I don't know if I can show the label or not. It's whatever, it's ginger ale. So let's get right into it. This is Morisette Amon's version of She Used to Be Mine.
Anyways, I would love to sing for you guys a song that's from a newer musical. Well, not very new, but this was actually based on a movie back in the 2000s and was adapted and brought to the theater with music written by Sarah Bareilles. This is She Used to Be Mine from the musical The Waitress.
I know you're gonna kill it, Morisette, you always do.
It's not simple to say that most days I don't recognize me, that these shoes and this apron, that place and its patrons have taken more than I gave them. It's not easy to know I'm not anything that I used to be, although it's true I was never attention sweet center. I still remember that girl. She's imperfect, but she tries. She is good, but she lies. She is hard on herself. She is broken and won't ask for help. She is messy, but she's kind. She is lonely,
yes,
most of the time. She is all of this mixed up and baked in a beautiful pie. She is gone, but she used to be mine. And it's not what I ask for. Sometimes a lie just slips in through a back door and carves out a person and makes you believe it's all true.
it's very true.
And now I got you. You're not what I asked for. If I'm honest, I know I would give it all back for a chance to start over and rewrite an ending or two for the girl that I knew who'd be reckless just in love.
I love her belt.
Who gets hurt, but who learns how to toughen up when she's bruised and gets used by a man who can't allow. And then she'll get stuck and be scared of the life that's inside her, getting stronger each day. It finally reminds her
Sing.
to fight just a little, to bring back the fire in her eyes. That's been good, but she used to be mine.
Sing.
Oh, she used to be mine. a beautiful pie. She is gone, but she used to be mine.
Okay. Morisette, we all know that she can sing, right? Like, she is incredible. What I love about Morisette is that her diction was so, I love her placement, right? And this song really draws attention to that. I think most singers, when they sing the song, you have to really think about placement and diction, right? It's not easy to say. Most days I don't recognize me. Da 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 da. Da, 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 da. But yet Morisette can take that and then go belty and just sound brilliant. I almost feel like singers like Morisette are more comfortable belting, and she's just got this really connected, fluid sound in her belt. And I love the squeak, right? Like the rasp little squeak that she does. Such great choices that she made. If I had any constructive criticism or critique of the performance, it was a little faster than I preferred. I would have liked the arrangement to be a little bit slower for her to take her time. And it's not just because all the other versions I've heard are slower in tempo than this. I just prefer it for this. I feel with a song like this, it's so pensive and it's such a moment capture. If the tempo's too quick, it will feel rushed. And this felt a little rushed for me. Felt like she was moving the song along. I mean, she was trying to keep, up with the tempo of the song, but I wish somebody was there live playing to follow her so that it didn't feel so rushed for me. And then also she made a stylistic choice in the lyrics to change the lyrics a little bit. Instead of saying to bring back the fire in her eyes, that is gone but used to be mine. Oh, it used to be mine. Talking about the fire in your eyes. And I think that that's a huge part of the climax for the song for me, is because she's saying not only did this girl used to be mine, but the fire of life that was in her eyes, that fire used to be mine. Oh, it used to be mine. I used to care to want to live. I used to want to care to want to dream. I used to want to care to go on. I had that fire. But because of Morris's choice to sing She Used to Be Mine again, you ditch that concept entirely and go back to the whole song of She Used to Be Mine. And it's not about the fire anymore. And that's what I think makes the climax so powerful. So I was missing that in her version. But vocally, it was superb. I love what she did with it. Thank you, Morisette. Aman, we love you. Next up is Natalie Weiss. I love Natalie. I've actually spoken to her a few times through email. I wouldn't call her a friend, but she's an acquaintance. And as we were talking about in video 1 or 2 with Catherine McPhee's rendition, Natalie coached her so that Catherine could belt on The Greatest Showman. And so we're going to go ahead and check out Natalie Weiss's rendition. I will say this, I've seen it before and there's a lot of background chatter. It's at a restaurant and it really frustrates me because, I mean, it's a pet peeve of mine anyway when people talk during like an amazing performance. I mean, I'm giving a reaction, I have to. But normally if I'm watching a performance with somebody, I can't stand people talk or make noise. Like, respect the vocal. Like, I would not even breathe if I was there, but people are people and they're going to want to continue with clanking plates around or whatever. So try not to get too hung up on that. I know I'm going to be trying not to. You'll probably see that. But here's Natalie Weiss's version of She Used to Be Mine.
It's not simple to say. And most days I don't recognize me with these shoes and this table. A place and its patrons have taken more than I gave them.
Whitney Houston-ish volume.
It's not easy to know I'm not anything like I used to be, although it's true I I was loving attention, sweet center. I still remember that girl. She is imperfect, but she tries.
She has great teeth.
She is good, but she lies. She is hard on herself. She is broken, long as her head. She is messy, but she's kind. She is lonely most of the time. She is always mixed up and baked in a beautiful eye. She's gone, but she used to be mine. It's not what I asked for. Sometimes life just slips in through a back door and carves out a person and makes you believe it's all true. And now I've got you, and you're not what I asked for. If I'm lost, I know I would give it all back for a chance to start over and rewrite an ending or two. For the girl that knew was reckless just enough.
Sing, Natalie.
Who gets hurt, but learns how to toughen up when she's bruised, and gets used by a man who can't love. And then she'll get stuck and be scared of the life that's inside her, growing stronger each day, till it finally reminds her to fight just a little, to bring back the fire in her eyes.
Oh, that fire had fire.
That's been gone, but used to
Come on, Natalie. Oh, nice choice.
She is messy, but she's kind.
She's glossy-eyed.
She is lonely most of the time. She is all of this mixed up and baked in a beautiful pie. She is gone, but she used to be mine.
That Whitney Houston. Like for volume again. Okay, Natalie, amazing. Amazing job. Super emotive, super, pitch perfect. Everything was sung with such great technique. So, y'all know the queen of singing, Celine Dion, right? The queen herself has written in her biography about the singing robot. And she calls the singing robot a crutch that a lot of singers will lean on when they have to do shows all the time, or even just when they want to give a great performance. They cling to the singing robot, which is they just do it all muscle memory. They hit all the notes perfectly. They're trained. They rely on their training. And Celine says that that's such a dangerous thing because it's hard to connect emotionally. And you'll see that sometimes. Some singers just sing it perfect, but it's all just technique. And so why I bring this up is because Natalie is a vocal coach. And a lot of singers that teach voice lessons sometimes have to get out of their own way, as ironic as that sounds, because they're so used to teaching technique all day, and they have technique. It's just what they know, speech level singing techniques. But I have seen Natalie coach, and she also stresses the importance of emotion. And I also can see here, because this is such an emotive performance, that she's connecting to the lyrics of the song, especially here in the end. Like, you see her with her eyes glazed over, kind of watery. And I think that all of us, myself included, not just all females that sing this song, but we all know about the journey that either from firsthand experience or just from paying attention to the stories of women, what women go through in their life, like wanting to be, you know, I don't know, I want to say a princess growing up, but having hopes and dreams, whatever that may be, to be a princess, to be an astronaut, or whatever it is. And then growing up in this world where sometimes they are seen as inferior to men, and some of them that enter relationships with men, sometimes that can get really rocky. And then they lose touch with that little girl because they have to toughen up, because they have to either leave him or have to retrain their brain to dismiss the times that they are being made to feel inferior by him. And of course, the journey of getting pregnant and having a life growing inside you. And in this song, it's, you know, being afraid, being scared of the life that's inside you, growing stronger each day. That's why postpartum depression is a thing, because a baby changes everything. It rocks your world. I just love Natalie's take on this. It's full of emotion. It's full of vulnerability. And I love that I'm sure I would love to ask her if it was on purpose, that the lyric fire in her eyes, that word fire, did you hear the resonance on that note? Did you hear everything in it? It was almost like multiphonic. There was like all these sounds that came out of it. I mean, she has this very rich voice, right? Like most of the time it's kind of heady, it's crisp, it's clean, it's clear, it's very Broadway. I mean, almost classical at points, but sung in a pop style. But when she sang that lyric, fire, I mean, this like truck came out of her. It was like, whoa, right? There was all this depth of sound there. And I just thought it was great. I thought it was wonderful. What a way to really usher in that final belt. And then she took a different chance with the belt. She took a different style choice than I thought she would. I thought she was going to hold it out more and then just give it this like pounding Kelly Clarkson, Whitney Houston vibrato. But she went down the scale and kind of cut it short. And I'm like, okay. And then she did that the exact same thing again. And I was like, and went down the scale and cut it short. And I was like, oh, okay. Because I was really wanting her to soar, you know, but I like that. I mean, it's a stylistic choice. Not every singer is going to sing this song the same way. So I was like, okay, very interesting choice there. But I love the vulnerability, and I love how I don't have to kill people now because the chatter stopped. Like, it was only in the beginning, so and I'm pretty sure why, because people were like, okay, I'm gonna put these plates back in the kitchen in a second. Do you hear this girl singing her face off? That's probably what happened. Great job, Natalie. I loved your performance. So this next performance was a request. When I had announced that I was doing this series and started releasing videos. This is Nicolette Robinson. Is that right? Yeah, Nicolette Robinson. And I love the rainbow border. This is her take on She Used to Be Mine.
It's not simple to say that most days I don't recognize these shoes and this apron, the place its patrons have taken more than I gave them.
She looks hecka pregnant.
It's not easy to know that I'm not anything like I used to be, although it's true I was never attention's sweet center, but I still remember that girl.
Very emotive.
She isn't perfect, but she tries.
Oh, angelic.
She is good. She is good, but she used to be
How must that feel? Gosh, I want to see this show on Broadway so bad. Wow. Nicoletta, or Nicolette, is it Nicolette? It's Nicolette. Nicolette, wow. So much emotion. What I love is that she has such a full belt, such like a throaty pop sound to her belt, but then yet like her head voice almost goes Disney character like. What a very dynamic singing voice she has. Great range, great resonant, like so open. Like I love hearing singers that really know how to relax the jaw, relax the face, relax. It's called the mask. And then when it comes to, I mean, opening up the airwaves and then just projecting from the diaphragm and just like literally just having everything just step aside, like in Titanic, remember? Step aside, step aside, step aside, step aside, for the sound to just flow out. What a beautiful singing voice she had. What a powerful. And she does that thing that Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey do a lot where it's like this big sound, this big belt, and then it gets retracted almost instantly into like a softer placement of sound. It's so nice. Very skilled singer. Very good job. Very emotive. I really enjoyed this one a lot. And this was a different take, maybe because she's literally on the set of the musical. She's literally in character, where the other ones we've been watching so far have been performing in front of a microphone. It's in a studio. It's very different. This is in the theater with a live audience. So this was really nice. I enjoyed this a lot. Speaking of singing on stage and singing in the context of the show, we're going to watch Jessie Mueller. Now, I don't know much about the original Broadway cast, so you'll have to tell me in the comments, but I think the character's name is Jenna, and I see from a lot of fans that are commenting on a lot of these videos that y'all believe that she is the best Jenna that they've had and that she has such a unique take on this song. So I cannot wait to see it. I may have to watch several of them because I've heard that she sings it different every time. That's like a running thing about her, right? Which is probably why people want to see the show multiple times and are obsessed with all of the videos where Jessie is singing it more than, you know, singing it, because apparently she never sings it the same way twice. So that's really cool. So let's watch this take from Broadway.com. Ooh, she's gorgeous.
It's not simple to say.
Ooh.
Most days I don't recognize.
Not the voice I was expecting.
That place, this patrons are taking more than I gave them.
Wow, she doesn't sound typical Broadway singer.
It's not easy. I'm not anything like I used to be. It's true, I'm simple, attention sweet, so I still remember that girl. She's perfect, but she tries. She is good, but she lies. She is hard on herself. She is broken, won't ask for help.
Ooh, so pretty.
She is messy, but she's kind. She is lonely
What was that?
most of the time.
Lonely, did you hear that? That was like from heaven.
Mixed up and made in a beautiful pattern.
And it was so multiphonic.
She is gone, but she used to be.
What an angelic head voice she has.
It's not what I asked for. Sometimes life just slips in through a back door. all this mixed up and made in a beautiful pie. She is gone, but she used to be
Okay, I'll be honest, that was not the voice I was expecting out of her. Not that I had a specific style of voice in my head, but I was just expecting a powerful Broadway singer, right, who had that sound. She has such a unique tone to her voice. It's almost like folky singer-songwriter with country. There's like a country aspect to her voice, like a Jessica Andrews or Sixpence None the Richer. Leigh Nash, or is it Leah Nash? The lead singer of Sixpence None the Richer. She has that style, kind of that singer-songwriter style with that old-fashioned charm about her from the 80s and 90s. She reminds me of like Julia Roberts, Cameron Diaz, Sandra Bullock, Goldie Hawn. Like she's from a different era. Her tone is so vulnerable and sweet and inviting. She sounded like Snow White when she went up on the word lonely, like that little trickle she did. It was heavenly. It was so vulnerable. I mean, I felt like the water go up to my eyes. And that's one of my favorite lyrics in the song. She is lonely most of the time. I can't wait to watch more of her performances, especially She Used to Be Mine. And I can see how people are like, she's the best. She's my favorite, because when you are such a stylized singer and you add something that nobody else can add, it's almost like you've put your stamp on it, your mark on it. There's a lot of singers that are like that. It's really hard to cover Whitney Houston or Celine Dion or Mariah Carey or even a singer like Cher or Britney Spears, because they're so stylized that you're never going to sound like them. And so I can see how, even though many people have sang this song, I can see that if Jessie was first, I can see why people are like, she's it for me, because she has such a unique take on it. So this was really cool. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you have not yet checked out the other videos, Volume 1 and Volume 2, hopefully Volume 2 is out now, please go check that one out. I'm pretty sure there'll be a Volume 4, and then I think I even have a special edition one on top of that. So you might be like, what's that one? I'll give you a hint. We've been watching a lot of female performers. I think the men may have something to say about this too. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Please subscribe, hit that subscribe button, comment, give me a like, and thanks for hanging out with me. I will see you in the very next video. I love you. God bless you. Bye.